Okay, and we're recording, so
Hi.
Shh, sons.
hi.
Hi.
I love it. Hello, hon. Oh, look at that family.
We got another one that's down there. And another baby boy in Mom's stomach.
Oh, that's so sweet. Hi, everyone.
Hi. Hi.
Hello. Okay, so we're going to get started. Yvonne, I'm so glad that you're on. We are recording, so I'm going to mute everybody so that the recording goes through without any feedback. But as I'm talking and as Sam's offering some advice and tips for your business, if you want to make notes, if you want to use the chat, this is about you guys. And if you have questions, if you want help with anything, please share in the chat so that we can tailor these meetings around what you need, because it's not doing you any good if I'm not asking what you need, if our meetings are just full of stuff that you're you need something else. So please let me know. Okay, so right now, right off the bat, I'm just going to tell you guys, because I can't hardly stand it, I'm going to do, I currently have a contest going. You had to do a screenshot of your volume, and then if you increased your volume by 250, then then you get your name into a drawing for free It Works gear. If you got 500 of an increase, now I started this a few days ago, but you had to do a screenshot and post it in the post. If you increase by 500, then you automatically get $30 of It Works store credit. And if you increase by 1,000, then you get $75 of whatever you want from the It Works store. But I am doing, so you have to share a screenshot for you to start qualifying for that. But this one is simply from Sunday night till Wednesday night. There's not much time left, and this is for every customer that you enroll, or every $50, every 50 BV that you increase on your own. If you're placing orders, like I wanted to buy the cleanse or the wraps and take advantage of the cleanse. So what we're going to do, for every 50 that you personally purchase, or for every customer that you enroll from now, Sunday night until Wednesday night, you get an entry into the drawing, and someone gets to win this. It is a It Works Give Back beach tote, and I love this tote. It is amazing. It's huge, and it's made out of canvas. It is so big, and I love it. So that is up for grabs. I will ship it to whoever is the winner. So let's get going on that. I'm super excited. But we have 24 more hours for the flash sale, which is buy a box of wraps as a loyal customer and you get a cleanse for free. So we're going to really try and ramp that up and try to get a few more customers for that. I believe the BV on that is 40. And then we have 48 hours. We have 2 days left till month end. And this is where we really need to be talking to people about. This is the last 2 days to enroll as a distributor so that you can qualify for those GO bonuses, for the $10,000 bonus. We really want to have people join our team so that they can have that opportunity. Now, there are people out there, there's many of us who join the business and we don't get any bonuses. You can make a lot of money with this business regardless of the bonuses, but sometimes it's a good incentive. So don't not try. We want to give the last 48 hours the very best that we can. So the ways that we can do that, because it's month end, don't be afraid to be posting a lot more about it. I would say, so for me, I'm going to post probably 3 times a day about the wraps and the cleanse, and 3 times a day about joining my team. Because how many of you see my posts right when I post it? You're not going to unless you put it as see first. And if I'm not on see first, you're not going to see my post unless you happen to be on your phone or on your computer when I'm posting, or I'm really close to the top of your news feed. Many of your friends are the same way. They're not going to see your post immediately when you post it. So that's why we say post it about 3 times a day, because someone's going to see it in the morning, someone else is going to see it in the afternoon, and someone completely different is going to see it in the evening. So I would say, think positive and say, I'm going to enroll a new customer. I'm enrolling 2 new customers by tomorrow. I'm enrolling an amazing customer today. Or I'm enrolling a new customer by 6 o'clock. Be thinking about that, because if you're thinking about it, you're being more mindful with your posts, about your wording, what you're putting out there, and then with your follow-up. So I would say your posts need to have the feeling, and then we can't just throw them out there and hope that they stick. It has to have something that grabs people's attention, that has that heart and feeling and emotion into it, because this is a business. We have to think like a business person. And I feel like oftentimes we think like a homemaker who's bored, just throwing somewhere up. Oh, I'm doing laundry. Oh, I'm doing the dishes. We're just throwing something up. But wait a second, if we really are treating this like a business, we need to be mindful of this like a business owner. So let's try to think of our business that way and be a little bit more strategic with what we're saying. So for me, I've still been posting all the time about my business, but my engagement has been off because I haven't had the time to just sit and do power hours. So if you can even spend 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the afternoon, 15 minutes at night, whatever you can do, work on your engagements. So what does that look like? With Instagram, it can be just engaging with the people who are following you on Instagram. So you would go to your Instagram and you would go to your person, maybe. And so when you go to your person at the bottom, then you can go to following or followers, and you can start engaging there. And just don't even try to complicate it, just start engaging. But from there, you're going to see people that really stand out to you. And that's where you make your list of 20 people that you really connect with on your Instagram, and just engage with them. Keep that list of 20 and engage with them all week long. Make sure that you have notifications on for them. Make sure that you are checking in on them every single day, and you're having real conversations on your posts with them. So I found it. Fine. Oops. Here we go. So your followers or your following, and you just click on it, and you just start engaging with the people who are in that list. You could also start engaging with the people who are already liking your posts. So many different ways that you can engage on Instagram. On Facebook, if you have not been getting very much engagement lately, do a post that creates that engagement. One that was really good for me was, hey, I know a lot of my friends aren't seeing my posts. Comment yes, if you see this post, or give me an emoji if you see this post or something. Well, people like to just be involved. And so they don't feel threatened by it. It's not a sales pitch. So they start commenting. Or it's the day after a holiday and you all have to go back to work. Give me an emoji of how you feel about it today. And then all of a sudden you get some engagement back and forth. You see who's looking at your posts, and you're able to start engaging on Facebook. And I suggest do more commenting versus liking. Another amazing way for engagement is on both Instagram and Facebook. If you go to your story, if you go to your story, where is that? So your story right here. Oops. So if I click on my story, I have 26 views.
What are you doing, babe?
And I can screenshot.
Playing in the sand? Oh, do you love it?
So I can screenshot who viewed my post and then go and engage with all of them. And oftentimes those people who viewed the story are the people who are not liking and commenting on your posts. It's completely different. Okay. Do you feel that you need to organize yourself? Are you kind of just like disorganized? You don't know who you're supposed to follow up with. You don't know who you're following. You don't know the people on your Instagram. You don't know who was wanting the hair, skin, nails or the cleanse or anything. Get yourself organized. Spend a couple, an hour tonight. Spend an hour tomorrow night. Get yourself organized so that you know exactly who your potentials are, who you're going to be engaging with on Instagram, on Facebook. And the more organized you are, the more clear it is where you're like, okay, now I know what I'm supposed to do. And then organize your days. I've been giving it some thought, and I'm like, I need to give my audience something more than what I'm doing. And so Mondays, is it just motivation Monday? And is it tip Tuesday? And is it we wrap Wednesday? Or Thursday, throwback Thursday? And what can you do? Is there something special that you can offer each day to your audience? And so maybe give that some thought and think about because you are someone that they're coming to. You are the professional, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook. What are you offering them? And so how can we stand out? How can I stand out from Yvonne or from Myrma or Samantha? Like, we can't just all blend in and be posting the same post. We need to stand out and offer something different. And it does take, so to have some discipline, it takes consistency. It takes being organized. It takes having that business mindset. And then being able to say, you know what, I'm organized on my time. I know that I need to post about this and this on Monday. And then lastly, personal development, super important. If we're feeling discouraged, if we're feeling like, oh my gosh, nothing's worked, or not, this month has been bad, I want you to erase that from your mind and just think, I'm planting some amazing seeds. I can't wait to see what happens with my efforts. But are you being honest with your efforts and saying, I haven't made much effort, so my seeds probably will be few and far between. I need to make more efforts. And don't beat yourself up over what you haven't done. Just start fresh tonight or tomorrow. But personal development is really, really important. And I think some of the personal development is either listening to one of the recorded corporate calls. And if you don't know where to find the recorded corporate calls, it is in events.itworks.com. And if you go to that, look at the calendar and go to Sunday or Monday, and you'll see all of the previous Show Me the Money calls or the family calls, and you can click on those and listen. But those are really great for personal development, because I find when I listen to a Show Me the Money call from Monday nights, I'm listening to people that have gone through the same struggles. I listen to people who have overcome obstacles or hard things, and then they've conquered and they've gotten bonuses, or I was listening to one, and she had been in the business for like 8 years. And I'm like, wow, what a great example that you just never give up. But I needed to hear that. And so all of these show me the money calls is always something that it's personal development that applies to the business, and someone is going to touch your heart. I just know it. Other things are reading books or listening to books or YouTube videos, or I know that Samantha's been doing a lot of research on growing your business on Instagram, on, you know, just things that are important that are applicable to our business by following other leaders that that are doing it well and being successful at it. And so I think that's another excellent way. That's considered personal development because you're learning and growing. And if you ever want, like if you say, you know what, I want to learn more about Instagram, post it on Dare to Dream and say, I want to learn more about Instagram. Who's a great person to follow on Instagram? Who's a great person to follow on YouTube to learn about it? Because they're all going to have some training videos about it. And then from there, I think a lot of these leaders, you're going to find someone that really mesh with your style. And so find that person and then just soak up everything that you can learn from them. So Sam, I want her to chat for a little bit about some training that she's been listening to and going over. She's learned quite a bit. I admire her discipline with YouTube and learning from other leaders. And my husband's distracting me. She's always learning something new. And so I appreciate that. And so I wanted her to chat a little bit about what she's learned this past couple of weeks. Sam?
I muted myself after you muted me. Okay, one, if any of you just saw what just happened in the room here, you'd probably be dying. My baby literally just puked all over me, like projectile puked across the room. So this room smells horrible. But anyways, so thank you, Colette. That was so sweet of you though. But so I did watch a video by Ambassador Amber Parker. It is amazing. I am so glad I watched it. It's very worth the 3.5, almost 4 hours of training video. It's 2 parts on YouTube. I'll post them. She goes insanely in depth in so many ways of our business through social media, leadership, closing, different ways to do different things. So sorry, Colette distracted me. Anyway, so in the beginning, and I can't remember all 4, but she asked us 4 things that we feel okay about in our business, whether it's leadership, closing, our following, and then there was one other one, and she asks what we are on each one of them, and she goes through every single one of them, and she talks about how in, maybe 6 months ago, Facebook was completely different than it is now. Or even 2 years ago. I mean, 2 years ago, we were talking about posting once every hour and using Buffer, and Buffer actually doesn't work now. Facebook sees that you use Buffer and kicks that post out. So people aren't even seeing your post. It also sees that corporate approved pictures, which are yes to use, but if you see one that's new, save it to your phone and don't post it for at least 2 weeks. Because if they post a new one, everyone steals it and posts it. And what it's happening is it's seeing Facebook's going 15,000 other people just post that. I'm not letting you post it. And your people aren't seeing it. So she went into so much depth of those things. Or say you see Colette's post and you want to use her wording, but then you change it, maybe a couple words or a couple emojis. If you don't change it up to 50% changed, Facebook will not show your friends. So yeah, there's so many amazing things she's saying about the algorithm on Facebook that I was just I had no idea. She also tells you the best days to post, which I know I've Sundays, because everyone's on their phone on Sundays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and there was one, I think, Tuesday. Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are the best days to post about your business because that's the days people are on Facebook the most. What's a good post organization? Like Buffer, is that what you mean? Yvonne, is that what you mean by like Buffer?
Yeah, or like another one other than that one.
She actually said the best thing you can do is just write your post on Sunday nights and have them saved in something where you can just copy and post, because anything like that is actually just getting booted. And so you don't want to use a post maker, but if you just get your post ready for a couple days and then you can just copy and post is what she says in the video to do. Sorry, I just got distracted. I got that whole squirrel thing going on. Anyway, so she talks a lot about Facebook and like what to do with Facebook. She also talks about her new rule that she's been having her team do, which I am going to start doing this. But what she does is she sends out 5 messages, and she says they're not cold to her because she treats them as if they were her best friend. So it's not a cold message because she treats them as if she was a best friend. So she sends this message. Sorry, I just had it pulled up. So that she sent just a sample one to me. So name. So if it was Colette, I'd say, hey, Colette, I don't know if you follow me much on Facebook, but I feel like I could trust your opinion, and I wonder if you'd be willing to try and then write an It Works product review for me. So then if they respond, then you say, you get to pick the product and you would benefit most, and I'll send you a list of some popular ones. Then you just send a picture of like Greens does this, and Wraps does this. Hey, you're okay, baby. So it's like, so this kind of post like stress relief, confianza, whatever, and you can just make your own of that. And then she just explains like how the trial works after they say yes. And so she sends, sorry, we're having a rough night. Anyways, so she sends 5 of those out. And at the very end, she says she'll just throw in like that first one, like, oh, hey, Colette, by the way, I saw you were at the beach today. Like, what beach did you go to, or whatever? Like, something that makes them know, like, hey, I've been watching you. Like, I know it's not just a cold message. So, so she sends 5 of those out, 5 customer and 5 distributor messages, sorry. And they're people she's never messaged before. She says she goes to her recent friends on Facebook or Instagram and sends those out. And again, she says she's not cold because she treats them like their best friend. And so if they don't reply, she moves on to the next one, 5 the next day, 5 the next day. And don't stick with, oh, this many people didn't answer you. Because if you do this, so 10 people every day by the end of the month is 300 people. So if you talk to 300 people in the month, and only 10 of them message you back and 10 of them sign, that's still 10 more loyal customers and distributors than you would have got if you would have just waited for them. So that's been working really well for her team. So Colette and I have been chatting and going to try to incorporate this with ours. And then, sorry, I'm trying to read. And she did it on a calendar. She wrote in a calendar me today. And she crossed it on. She so lots and lots of Facebook trainings like. So John Maxwell, or that's a good one that I listen to. Things like that. Wait, seriously, can I take her out? Sorry, guys. So if you're lacking in leadership, she says people who go to college to be a doctor, be for the entire month. I need to get, there's one that's 15 minutes, she said, and she literally listens to it every day. It's a 15 to 30 minute book. I know she said she listens to it every day for a month, and it's completely on leadership. So she studies leadership until she's confident. She's worried about to study and become a master at closing. Is this making sense to anyone? Okay. I just feel like I'm just rambling and my baby's crying. So anyway, so it's an amazing video. I was mind blown at listening to this. So I just feel like I just started repeating myself or like echoing myself. Were you going to say something, Colette?
Well, so my computer was kind of low connection and stuff. And so I heard you say, if you're lacking in leadership, and then my computer disconnected and booted back up. And then I heard you say, or if you need help in closing. So I'm assuming you were saying, go learn about it or go do personal development about it. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So she said, doctors go to college to study being a doctor.
Right.
So if we're going to be a master at our business, we need to study every little aspect of it.
Yeah.
So if that's closing, if that's being a thing. And I used to think like, oh, I listened to one personal development book, or I'm reading one personal development book. She's like, awesome. You're reading one leadership personal development. So what are you doing for closing? What are you doing for, like, what are you doing for sales or whatever? So instead of just reading one audible book, we should be reading almost multiples at the same time, studying and reading them over and over in one month. So that's what she said. Sorry, it's like 3 hours of information, and I wrote notes, and I'm still like, okay, I cannot even need to summarize it. I can honestly say, go watch it. So, sorry, I'm trying to think of what else she said.
Can I say something though?
Yes.
So Amber Parker was from Utah, and she and I used to do meetings together. She is incredibly profound and inspiring, and she can command a room. Like, she just knows her stuff. She was a brand new triple diamond, and I was a presidential. And I remember she was leading a meeting, and I came into the room, and she was like, oh crap, there's a presidential. She was intimidated by me, but I was inspired by her, like so inspired by her. And she went on to not only go triple, hit presidential, and exploded to ambassador. So she knows her stuff. I have been camping at presidential for 3 years because of lack of personal development. That's what it was. I was not ready. And personal development is very, very important, but I think everything that Amber has to teach is also very important as well. And so if you guys want to invest in your business, watch this training, 3 hours or not, take it in segments. I can't wait to watch it.
It's amazing. And another thing that's funny, because she talks about how she feels like she camped out and wasn't ready to be a leader, and then she, does certain things to be a leader. But, she basically goes on, she tells you what to do she gives you literally word for word what to message for customers. She does do a script, and I have this script, and if you guys want me to post it, you can. Each one of her team just takes it and makes it their own, but she will literally copy and paste, and it's really like, you have hair, skin, and nails posts, and you'll say like, hey, you're going to love this stuff. It's amazing. Are you trying to grow your hair out? Like, it keeps you simple. Instead of asking, so Colette's ordering hair, skin, nails for me, instead of being like, okay, what's your name and your email and your home address and your social and blah, 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 blah. It's, what's your email and home address? You give that to me. Then what's the next thing? You give it to me. So she breaks down like how to simplify and how to get people to give you their information. She talks about how closing. So if someone's like, hey, I need to order next Friday, you're like, awesome. Let me give information, and I'll make sure that order ships to you next Friday. So she gets their information, and she tells them, I'm going to put the order in next Friday. She sets a reminder, and on next Friday, she just puts the information in. She already told them multiple times. She also talks about how So she asks, once they say, yes, I want to order hair, skin, nails, I'd say, okay, Colette, what's your email and home address? You'd give that to me and I'd say, awesome. What's your name on your card and your phone number? As soon as you text me your phone number, I text you. I go from Facebook Messenger or Instagram to texting. And then I just go right into the next one. Awesome. What's your card number and expiration date? And like, that way you have their phone number. And if they don't send your card information, you pick up the number and call them right away and say, hey, awesome, I'm right back to my computer. What's your card number? Let's get it in for you. She's very strong-willed and pushy almost, but in a good way. She knows, like Colette said, she knows her stuff. She doesn't let people mess around if they're like, well, I have to order next Friday. Okay, well, then she's going to get it. Another thing I thought was kind of cool, she actually goes in and tells people that the starter kit, she starts and she negotiates. Like when you go in to buy a car, it's $50,000 and then they want 49, but you want 48 or whatever. So she starts the starter kit at 249. But she starts it with the system and their starter kit, because getting them on the system is going to get them results fast and getting them customers fast, because they're going to be excited that they're getting their results and sharing it. And if they say, well, I can't afford that, then she drops it down to your kit and one other product. If they still say that, she's like, awesome, let's just get you your kit. It's $99. But she says you always try that because, and she'll explain it and you'll get it in the video, but I thought it was really cool that she said that because it makes sense to me. One, you're already getting 100, what is it? What is the system? Is it 100 in volume? 150, isn't it?
The system? I thought it was like 105.
Okay, so around 100 volume, you're already starting that person off. So they only need 50 more and they're commission qualified. So it was just really cool how she explained that, and I was like, oh, I've never thought about that. And she also said, like, why are we only trying to sell just the cleanse or just the ThermoFit? Why are we not trying to sell the cleanse and the ThermoFit together? Like, hey guys, there's a huge special right now for ThermoFit and cleanse. You know, that's twice the volume, and they're selling them together. So she goes on a lot of sales tips that are super just juicy, I thought. And she talks about charting. Seriously, it's like 4 hours of everything I've learned in the last 3 years and then flipped and simplified. And I was just like, whoa. So I'm excited for you guys all to watch it because it's really good. So I'll get a posting on that.
Okay.
Do you have any more questions? Did I go too fast in something? I get excited sometimes.
No, all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh. Like, I think you answered some of Megan's questions. You got me pumped up and excited to listen to it. Yvonne, what about you? Like, do you have anything that you want to ask or things that you need help with?
Yvonne, you're muted. We can't hear you.
No, I just took down a few notes and wrote down what I think I need to improve on and so on.
Okay. I think all of us, if we can organize our thoughts, organize what we're working towards in the next 2 days, but it's also midweek. When our new month starts, we're midweek. Let's just, to me, it's like not starting over, but what can I accomplish by Saturday? Because I'm getting a head start on the month. So, what are you looking to do? Think positive, speak life into what you're working towards, and just know that it's around the corner. Like, you're going to sign your next rock star this week. It's going to be amazing. And if you don't, say it again. You're signing the latest rock star, and she's going to be excited to work her business, and you can't wait, and just over and over again. I want nothing more for each one of you to just be successful in how you feel you want to be successful, but know you can be successful times 100 with this business. And to think that I joined this business for only 120 of free product, And then I thought, okay, maybe a couple hundred. I don't think I'll get $500 a month. I never thought that this was possible. So think about it and then times 100, and just know that your efforts are going to be a reflection of your paycheck. So something that I, when I was grasping at straws and being like, I'm missing something, everyone else is running faster than I am, they're enrolling more customers than I am. One of my upline ambassador friends said, just do work, just do it. So do parties and then do more of them. Do onlines, do lives, just post, like just do it. Stop wondering what you're not doing right, and just whatever you think that you need to do, just do it and then do more of it. And so I'm excited to do some more lives now that we're getting settled in. I'm excited to hold some parties and do more of those. Like just do more. And if, it's like posting, well, okay, do more of that, but have more feeling. Do we need to do more messaging? Yes. More engagement? Yes. So just don't overthink it. Just do it, because this business is more about action than second guessing if you're doing something right or wrong. But we are here to help. Samantha's always here. She does an amazing job. I'm here, and a lot of our other leaders are here to help you. Is there any other questions? I wanted to keep this one to about 30 minutes, so I think we're at that time.
Sorry.
No. I loved it. It was very, very helpful. It was great information. I loved it. So
that was great. That was amazing.
Yeah. So guys,
thank you.
Go watch that. She posted it in Dare to Dream.
Yes.
Watch what you can, and then start sharing your ahas in the thread of that post. That would be great. And I'm going to do the same. I'm going to watch it as well. But Yvonne and Megan, you guys can do this. Okay? We believe in you. You guys can do this. And Sam, we're back on. So let's get ready to run.
Yes. I wish my business could go as fast as I'm painting my new bed set.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I'll make it go that fast.
Yeah. Okay, you guys. Thanks for hopping on. Love you all. Have a good night. Bye.